Just a minute. So we are live now, guys. Timing is the answer. Hi, guys. Such wonderful people from different parts of the world. So you guys got the live streaming link? Everyone has got?
It's not live on my profile. How it come live?
Just go on my page, Asif Malik, and you will have it.
I see us.
Oh, that's
And we have to share that.
Just share on your walls, guys.
It's weird.
Well, guys, thank you very much for joining us. This is a very, very important and very, very wonderful session. Something that we've been planning since many days. We've been discussing, we've been deliberating. These 6 people from different social, economic, cultural, and educational backgrounds from different parts of the world have joined together with one single project. And this project is very core to the heart that we'll be talking about in the end of the session. But first, let me tell you one thing. Let me start my session with a very small story of 2 small brothers. There were 2 little brothers who used to go to school every day. And on their way to school, there was a huge wall. And every day, the younger brother used to ask the elder brother, what is on the other side of the wall? And the older brother always said, I don't know. Time went by, they grew up, and they were young. Both of them got young, and once they were passing by the same wall, the younger brother asked once again, my brother, what is on the other side of the wall? The elder brother said, you've been asking me this since our childhood. So let me jump on the other side of the wall and let me see what it is there. The elder brother just jumped somehow on the other side of the wall, and after some time, he came with a lot of money, diamonds and golds, and both of them dancing like anything. We got rich, my God, we got wealth, we got diamonds, we got gold, we got so much stuff. But at the same time, they were cursing each other. Why they did not try to look on the other side of the wall in their childhood. They wasted so many years just asking from each other. What was that something which was stopping them to see on the other side of the wall? My dear friends, this life is absolutely similar like that. Throughout our lives, we have such kind of situations that we are afraid and we have fears and we have insecurities that we are not ready, like those 2 brothers, to see what is on the other side of the wall before it gets too late. It is very strong that people like to share their success stories, but it hardly people think important when they have to share their weaknesses, because when you share your weaknesses, you become vulnerable. And vulnerability is something, it's attribute of high achiever people. Brené Brown said that vulnerability is not about winning or losing. It is having courage when we have not control over outcomes. It is something that is important and core to be what we are and what we want to be in our lives. Marilyn Monroe said, we shall start living before we get old, because fear is stupid and so are the regrets. I was reading a novel in previous days, Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, in which he said that fear of suffering is worse than suffering itself, and that no heart has ever suffered when it goes in search of its dreams. And I would again say one very beautiful saying by Alexander Schwarzenegger, the famous Hollywood actor, who said that graveyards are the most richest and beautiful places in the universe. Why? Because the graveyards are full of people. The people, wonderful people who have excellent and inspiring ideas in their minds, but they never try to express and implement their ideas. They always been hostages to fear and their insecurities, and they died with their fears inside them. They died with their goals inside them, and they did never try to express them, and they did never try to get support from their friends, and they died and they went away. So similar situation, all of us in our lives, sometimes we have, every one of us has something to achieve, have something to reach, have a destination, have a goal, have a target in a certain span of life. But there is always something which stops us to reach where we want to reach. Because there are some insecurities, some fears, and maybe some some deficiencies that we create in our own mind because of the culture or because of the society or because of the people we live with. And because of those insecurities, we hardly try to dare up, come up, and show our weaker sides. This session today, my dear friends who are watching us from in Pakistan and all other countries, this session is extremely important because this today we are going to share something, the blocks, the fears, the insecurities that are stopping all of you and might be all of us as well at the same time, which are stopping us to reach where we want to reach. And we want you to ask us questions. If you have something which is stopping you, maybe we have a solution for you. We all like our friends from different cultural backgrounds, but we have one thing in common, that we are hungry for growth and adding value to our own lives and lives of the people around us. Before I go for the discussion with my panel, I would request from Clarissa, then Sanja, then Tetiana, and Ehsan to briefly introduce themselves to our audience who are watching us. Just briefly, please.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm Clarissa. I'm Italian, but at the moment I live in the Netherlands. And since I moved here, I have been part of a few trainings of self-development, and those trainings really helped me out with taking steps in my life towards what I want to do. Even though it wasn't easy all the time, and even though I'm still making mistakes, but those trainings really gave me a different point of view, and now I can really see myself in different situations of life, and I can really decide how to behave and what to do. And I decided to join this project because I really, really believe in the support we can give each other, even though we come from different countries and even though we have different goals and different dreams in our lives. But I believe so strong in this connection that we can give each other and this support we can give each other.
Sanja.
Yeah.
Okay, hello. My name is Sanja. I come from Serbia. Currently, I'm in Belgium because my border is closed. And I came to this beautiful idea to make this project. I have been in non-formal education since 2013 when I went on my first training course. And it was a discovery for me. For me, it was first time that I saw that I could learn about myself through different games, and it kept me moving. Definitely. After that, I started working more with young people, and today I am working as a Erasmus Plus coordinator in my NGO in Serbia, and making more beautiful projects. And thank you for this support that I got, especially from you, Malik, and Clarissa, and Ola, and Tetiana, and Ali.
Thank you. Tetiana.
Yes. Hello, everyone. I'm from Ukraine. My name is Tetiana. I'm really great to be a part of this group, a part of this big project, because I really like the idea. Every day we faced with different fears, different physical fears, mind fears, and I work with people because I'm a trainer for personal development. I know how it could be difficult when people faced with fears, but I know that a lot of people even don't know what kind of fear stops them. So it's project. It's a really big idea to discuss, to discover, to know a lot about how to recognize our fears, how to do something with our fears, and how to fight with them, and how to be happy when the situation will change. But to change the situation, we need to do something, and this is our big goal, to be together and to find out some really maybe new or maybe useful ways to be to achieve our goal. Thank
That's
you.
fantastic, Tatiana. Thank you. Tatiana is talking from Kiev, Ukraine. Ehsan.
Hello, everyone, and assalamu alaikum to everybody. First of all, I'm feeling very honored and very happy because I have heard about all of you guys. So I'm talking to you. So it's very pleasure for me right now. I am Ehsan Ali, and I am an artist, and my expertise are in sculpturing. So I'm lecturing in National Textile University, Faisalabad. I'm teaching there. I'm an art teacher over there, and I'm teaching sculpture. And part time, I'm doing theater as well. To satisfy my soul, and to be a part of this discussion, I have worked things like these already to create positivity in the society. I have attended World Youth Forum Egypt 2018 as an artist, and I represented Pakistan over there among 75 countries. So this is all about to say. Thank you.
Thank you. And we have our very gorgeous Ola with us right now, finally. So why not?
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much, Malik. And thank you, everyone. This is an amazing idea. So happy we're doing this. And hopefully, we will reach to a point where we can all help ourselves and help others. We will inspire other people as well. So, my name is Ola. I am from Jordan. I've been having some struggles in my life for the past 1 year, 1.5 year. I have this stable job, and for some time it was good for me. But for the past year, I've been feeling that I want to do something for myself that in a way that I can help people, I can help the environment, and not only working as a normal employee. So I hope we will talk more, and we will have more details about this.
That's fantastic. Thank you, Ola. Thank you for this wonderful introduction, all of you. I'll come to the very first point of our discussion. This is very much close to my heart. And I want to ask this point first from the initiator of this idea, Sanja, who is basically the focal person behind this project. Sanja, what do you think that how and why curiosity is important to get out of our comfort zones?
Well, when I think about the word curiosity, for me, the first association for this word is children or kids. Because when we are kids, we are doing things out of curiosity. And what happens? It happens that we as a kid, we are learning. And since very early age, we are learning because we are curious. And then, for example, we want to run and we fall down, and it's okay. And at that moment. So while we are kids, we are not thinking if we are in our comfort zone or not. We are really curious to discover new things. And by the time we grow up, something happens, something changes, and we become in our comfort zone, and we are afraid to step out. And why is that? What is happening? I believe that the reason is because we connect failure with a different previous experience. That if something happened to us before, that means that will happen to us again. So
Again, yeah.
I would say that this is the reason that we are afraid to be hurt, and that's why we are in our comfort zone most of the time.
Clarissa, what do you say? Sanja has said a very important point, that we always try to analyze the situation based on our previous experience. If we are hurt previously, so we try to avoid risk, and we try to be in our safe zone. We don't try to come out of our shell, and that's why we maybe remain a big failure in our life. Do you think that this comfort zone is this important, or we should just open ourselves up to the new world, to the new possibilities, and be the high achiever?
I think it's not easy to change from a day to another of going for things and just going for all the possibility we have. And I also
Clarissa,
believe.
your mic.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. And I also think that this thing that is stopping us is because, yeah, we take as an example what happened before. Because we have a certain perspective of life, that it comes from all the things we learned and all the things we saw and lived, and then we are like closed in a thing that we can call actually box. And everything that comes, we analyze it with the things we lived before and our past experience, without giving ourselves this freedom of, okay, what it could be and what I could think and which are the possibilities if I wouldn't have all of these thoughts and all of these experiences before. So I think, yeah, of course, we should go for all the possibilities we get in our lives, but I also understand it's not super easy to step out from it.
That's good. Ehsan, what is your take on that?
When I talk about or when I listen the word curiosity, what I feel about the things, like I feel that everything is infinite, and it is. Everything is Pandora box. The curiosity tells you the way to open that, to how to open that Pandora box, how to reach that infinity. We always think about ourselves, that when I saw myself in a mirror and I feel that this shape and this body structure is me, this is Ehsan. No, this is not Ehsan. Who told me that this is not Ehsan? Ehsan is infinite. That curiosity, that curiosity create questions in my mind, that where Ehsan came from, why Ehsan is here, and for what purpose Ehsan came in this universe. Why he's on Earth, why he's not on Mars, or why he's not on the multiversal some other dimension. But that question and that curiosity make myself to think infinite about the things, to open every box, to go uh, to go behind the wall, which you have told in the start of this session, the story of the guy. So the curiosity for my opinion is, to explore the things, to explore our thoughts, to satisfy our soul. Actually, I don't think so it's about to achieve the goals, or to achieve or any set pattern. It's about to explore or get exposure about ourselves, like how much powerful is our practice, how much powerful is our effort, and how, up to what extent we can make our effort. What is the difference between a doer and a thinker? There are two kind of people in the world, one who
Okay.
thinks and one who do. So the doer is differentiated by the thinker because of his efforts. So his efforts are truly led by the curiosity. So this is my point of view about the curiosity, that what is behind the wall, what and who is who. To clear that things, to clear all those questions, so it makes yourself to groom up, to grow up, to lead the people, to lead the thoughts, for those who don't have answer for these questions, that what is what and who is who. So in my point of view, this is the curiosity, and it opens up the door. If you're fearing to open a window, a single window, that what is behind the window. If you have a curiosity, you can touch the window, and a space projector gets open in front of you, and you can click the button over there, and you can go in everywhere you can do everything. So curiosity is that gold, it makes you an alchemist to make everything turn into gold. So
Yeah.
I think all these things about curiosity.
That's very important. That curiosity is very important, because since there was another word, well, Allah, I'll come to you. I have a very important point for you to talk to us. You know what?
Okay.
When we were talking about this idea, the major factor was everyone wants to achieve something in life. but there is something which is blocking them, maybe blocking me, Clarissa, Sanja, and everyone. So suppose we call it a fear. It's a fear.
Yeah.
So what in your opinion, what is fear actually? And can you just suggest any of your own experience that you had fear of something, and how did you overcome on that? Or can you just share a couple of your own thoughts that how young people who are listening you can come up with the fears? What is fear first, and how we can overcome on that?
Okay. First thing is, it's good that we know about our fears. So first thing everyone should do is ask ourselves, what is stopping us from doing what we want to do? Why are we backing, or why are we not doing what we want? So we have to ask ourselves these questions, so we know what are our fears, which is what is stopping us. So in my point of view, normally people have fear because of, like what Sanja said, it's just staying in your comfort zone and being so comfortable inside. And maybe we've been through this thing before, so we don't want the same thing to happen again. So just being afraid of facing what life is bringing for us is something so huge, and we have all to do. So I can say, in my life, I've been through some fears which I had to overcome, and I had to do something to get rid of these fears. When I was 15, I lost my dad in a heart attack, and since then I stayed for like 3 years trying to avoid people. I don't want to get so attached to anyone because I'm so afraid of losing people. And it continued with me for a very longer time, not only 3 years, but for 3 years it was really dramatic. I had very big fear of losing people. So day by day, I had to face what I'm feeling, and I had to build more relationships and get more close with friends and with family members, because at some point, if I don't face this fear, then I will be alone all by myself, which is worse than anything else could happen. And we all know that it's now I realize it's really normal to lose someone. Sometimes it might be over a fight, it might be over moving to another country, could be a lot of reasons. So we can't just hold ourselves fearing of losing people. So I think this was my point. And about what I was talking about, I still have, like, every time, every year, every new decision, whatever we want to do in our lives or for myself, there is a fear that I have to overcome, or otherwise I will just stay wherever I am. So now I have some other fears, and I'm working on passing this phase.
That's very cool. Tetiana, we were talking about what is fear, and what are the possible strategies or some point of views that you can share with our audience, how to overcome a fear. And if you have been through something in your life, would you like to share your experiences with all of us?
I have a bad connection to share about some fears.
Fear, yeah.
Okay, it's normal to people to have fears because we are the people, and our body, our mind, we live with fears because we don't know for sure what will happen in the future, because we want some situation, but what will be happen in the future, we don't know. And for me, it's the most fair because and this fear stops me to lose my point of control, because for me it's fear of changing, and now I want to change my life, to change the situation. I must to rebuild my life, to rebuild my all my life, all my professional life, all my personal life, to change my living place. So for me, it's to build a new. I have a goal to build a new life. For me, it's a big fear. Maybe for last 2 or 3 years, because it was okay, it was normal. My life was normal. It was comfortable for you, and now I understand that I must rebuild my life. So I'm afraid of a lot of things. I'm afraid of how it will be, about my feeling, about feeling of my parents, about feeling of my daughter. So I have a huge of my fear. So I want to share the situation that I know that it's normal, and from our event-wise, I realized that I can't kill all these fears in one time. I can't, and nobody can. But I understand that I must move. I must move on with my fears, and while I'm moving, I understand what to do with my fears. So I realized that my fears stops me, but I must move on. I must take my fears with me, and be going to my life.
I got your point. That it is always. Yeah, I got your point. That is always good to move. Clarissa, I am coming to you. You've been in Olde Vechte Foundation, and you have been to so many trainings. And I remember all the rituals you guys been doing to how to embrace fears and then move on. I want you to tell us one pragmatic advice to the young people. What should we do?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now yes.
Yeah, I'm saying that you have been in many trainings, and you have we have seen you in different rituals that Olde Vechte Foundation, in how we to embrace with fears. So can you just tell one advice, one single piece of advice, how to deal with, because we all have fears. Everyone has something. Ola said that she was in fear of losing people. Tetiana said that she was maybe had some fear to move on to another city where her parents are living and all that. So any one single thought that you can enlighten us, what we should do with these fears and insecurities.
Yeah, what I learned in my experience in Olde Vechte was actually what Tanya was saying, that you cannot really get you cannot really leave your fear. You should take your fear and do something with it. And from my personal experience, when I had a really big fear when it came to the moment that my time in Olde Vechte was finished and I had to move, and I wanted to stay here in the Netherlands, and I had to do something. And my biggest fear was the fear of failing and had to go back to Italy. And what I did with that fear, in the beginning, I let it make me feel sad and that I couldn't do anything. But then something changed, and I actually used that fear to make an action plan and do something, and do as much as I could to achieve my goal, that was to stay in the Netherlands. So at that moment, I was really afraid, so afraid because I didn't have a job, I didn't have an house, I didn't have anything, and I was super afraid to find myself again on a plane back to Italy. And then I decided to use it, and I said, okay, then I'm gonna do everything I can. And what I did was actually to take actions and do things. And every day I focused on doing different things that could bring me a step closer to my goal. And in the end, I reached it. At the moment, I'm in the Netherlands, and it was really, really hard, really intense. But the feeling at the end of this was something magical that I cannot really explain. I think was one of my happiest moments in life, because I felt that my actions, I didn't let the fear live my life for me, but I took it with me. I used it in a useful way, and in the end I reached my goal. This was one of my biggest, like, the biggest proof that universe really applauds actions, not thoughts. That when you have something in your mind and you're still thinking about it and thinking and thinking and thinking, the thing is not gonna disappear, it's gonna stay there. Then okay, I'm thinking about it, but let's do something practical, something I can see, something that is gonna move something else and probably is gonna bring me somewhere. Maybe I can make mistakes or I can make the right thing, but even though I make mistakes, I moved and I can see what's working for me and what is not working for me, and then based on that I can keep on going and keep on doing. This was my personal.
This is very good advice, that instead of just thinking and doing nothing, we should take some actions. We should make some choices.
If I need to be honest, I thought it was a bullshit. Like, yeah, okay, I need to do things. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. No, it's true. Like, once you do things are changing, and then you see, and then you keep on doing and keep on do something new, and it really works for me, for my personal.
Yeah, exactly, because when you make different choices, because once I was listening to a speaker and he the moderator asked that give advice to the young people. So he said that best advice is no advice. You should always make experiences and experiments in your life. And when you make a lot of choices, a lot of decisions, this is how you make mistakes and you move on. And the best decisions comes out of your worst decisions. So taking action is important. This was very.
In whatever it happened, for me, what I realized is that whatever happened in my life, I always have a choice to react in a certain way or do certain things. Like, it's up to me. So if something happened in my life, it's up to me, and it's my choice if to take it in a way that supports me or it doesn't. And it's normal that sometimes we take things like we want to feel sad, and then we're gonna choose to feel sad, but it's still our choice, and it's okay, it's normal, because we are humans, not robots. But it's up to us. I think it's the moment where we understand that it's up to us. Wherever it comes, then it's up to us what to do with it. Then we really have power to choose.
Yeah, I got it. Well, I have a question. We have a very nice question from Amina Noor from Pakistan, and this question I will ask from Sanja. The question is, I don't think that we can overcome our fear until or unless we find another one. I guess fears are not temporary. These are the situations instead. So the girl is asking that we cannot really overcome fears. We only forget one fear when we get some new fear. So what do you say, Sanja, about that?
I think it's a personal thing. It depends on the person. That each one of us is. There is no. I mean, yes, we are people and we are very similar as a human being, and we all have fears. But how we deal with fears, it's our own process. So there is no a simple medicine for each one of us that we will take a pill and then we will get rid of fears. That does not exist. So what is important is that we know ourselves and we know how to deal with our own fears. Not because Clarissa told me, oh, I confronted with my fear with this and this and this, and you should try. I can try that, but maybe that doesn't mean it works for me. So for me, what would work, for example, to get inspired from some movie or something, it's just an example. And then I do it something else, and then I confront my fears and I do overcome my fear. So it's very personal thing how we deal with fears, and it's very tricky. I wouldn't.
You mean to say that dealing with fears or insecurities is totally individual matter. So everyone has their own style and way of dealing with things. We have Faiza Gazanfar, and she has a very good point. She has said be practical in life, don't stuck on single thing. And then she has said that, but once you have selected, then focus on that thing, as Clarissa was saying. And then we have a very interesting comment from Hafiz Muhammad Ramzan Aslam from Lahore, Pakistan. He's saying everybody has to go through challenges, learn from them, and make your own destiny. That's very wonderful. That when it is about taking decisions, when it is about embracing the fears, you always have to take some actions. And when you take actions, you make mistakes, but this is the only way that you can learn by experiences, not instead of putting yourself behind the wall and like those two kids always being afraid to see what is on the other side of the wall.
Yeah.
So we have to jump on time. Yeah. So Sanja, the question is you to Ehsan, both of you, so you can answer one by one. Any current kind of goal or some destination in your mind where you want to be, but something is blocking you? So this is very relevant to the core theme of our project, right? So I want you to first share, and then Ehsan will tell his experience if has anything situation like that, because he was saying to me that he has to say something on this topic. So maybe first Ehsan or then Sanja or any one of you.
Sanja, please, you tell first.
No, Ehsan, please.
Okay, Ehsan.
No, as a project head, you can actually, it's better to your side.
Okay, Sanja, it's your.
Me.
Yeah.
I think I have a lot of goals and a lot of blocks. And yeah, this was my first step when I realized it, actually. This was really like a first step when I had a long walk and I started thinking what I would like to do in my life. And then I was like, oh, how I could achieve my goals. For example, now I'm thinking to make online session about environment, and because I believe that now the climate change and sustainable living is very important. And then I couldn't imagine myself doing a live session that I am now here.
We did it.
So I am very like maybe I don't know how am I speaking now. Maybe I'm very confusing.
But I tell you, speaking very good.
Good. I'm doing well, but I'm shaking. Yeah. My whole body is shaking, and I'm like, okay. But yeah, so there was a fear of how I could be doing online session by myself, and what will people think about me? Are they gonna judge me? This was really important for me because I had the feeling that some people will say, "Oh, look at this crazy Sanja, she's doing some stupid things again," and stuff like this. And then I said, okay, I'm gonna do my online. I'm gonna make a video where I will put myself in front of camera. I will make a video 2 minutes, 3 minutes long, and I will post it online. And let's see what happens. This was my first step. And I was really surprised with what happened. I get support from many people from different countries, and it was a beautiful moment and feeling, and I really, like, magic happened. It was like my first step, taking my first step. It is very small step and big. Also, I think this first step is very big for me personally, and the magic really happened. So this would be an example for example.
That's very wonderful. So, Ehsan, you, please.
This is a very difficult question for me to tell about myself, that what I want to achieve or what is my goal in my life. You know, I'm teaching, I'm sculpting, and I'm doing theater as well. So these are the three things which are relevant to art, but you know, they have some differentiation in themselves. So it's hard to tell that what I want to achieve or what is my goal in my life. But you know, what I felt in my life, like in 31 years, I felt that what is my power, that which reinforces me to do anything, to work to achieve the impossible or to attain which I cannot. That only thing in myself which I felt is hard working. That motivates me, because once I asked my professor in my university when I was in my graduation, I was having a complex that I'm not creative. Like I'm from the area where creativity is in very less, So I asked him that how much creativity matters in artist and how much hard work. So he replied, 99% is hard work and 1% is creativity. You know, I was dependent on my professor, and at that night, I think of that statement that 99% is hard work and 1% is creativity. I was so much happy that I can do only one thing, and that is hardworking. And after that day, I started working on my dramatic society. I started working in sculpture. I started working in some kind of music as well. So my hard work gives me a lot of things. So I'm sitting here even because of my hard work. So my that I can hard work, that I can go up to the end until it's done. So I can't say an exact statement about any goal or any achievement, but I felt that this is the thing which empowers me and reinforces me to do anything. And I think anybody who is confused or anybody who is on the journey of struggling period, so he or she must have this element in him or herself to achieve anything. This is the most important element of the whole criteria which we are trying to understand. And sometimes we get disappointed, sometimes we get sad, and we stopped ourselves that what to do. So what to do? Just do what you want to do, and just do anything. So
That's
this is the
wonderful.
thing what I
That's
feel
wonderful.
about it.
That the key to everything is action. Clarissa, if you agree with me, right? So,
I do.
so we have a question from Larissa. Oh wow, she's online with us. She's asking something, but this question we will ask from Ola. Larissa is asking that is it me or all of you or any of you is feeling that life after coronavirus ends will be there some anxiety or some depression or some fears or something like that? Life will be normal or not normal? So if you like to answer her, she's Argument Wise fellow.
Oh,
Ola, can turn on the mic, please. Turn on it. Yeah. We can't hear you. Okay, Clarissa, can you answer the question?
The question of Larissa.
Yeah, you can read in the comments.
Some anxiety and fears about life going back to normal after Corona. Just me. Actually, I already went back to life because here in the Netherlands, we are working and everything is open except for hairdressers and few shops and restaurants. But I don't have this anxiety actually. I don't know. For me, it's really hard. The situation that I cannot be touchy with people because I'm Italian and we're used to touch and hug and being really present. And for me, it's really, really hard. I'm a really hugging person. But I don't have this kind of anxiety. I think it's because of the environment. I don't know. I don't feel it. I know a lot of friends of mine from Italy, they're really scared. Really, really scared. But because they're living another kind of situation. People are wearing the mask. They cannot go out and everything. Here, we never had a real lockdown, so we never really felt it. I think it's about the environment.
I mean, all of us are primarily very ready to welcome this new life, which certainly be totally transformed socially, culturally, financially, politically, education-wise. So, and the nature will be beautiful. We all are hoping to talk about. So Ola, if you can hear me. Ola, can you speak? We can't hear you. Can you speak? No, I guess Ola has to. Can you just log out and log in once again so that we can hear you up? Yeah. Well, I'll be coming to Clarissa. You have a question. I mean, this very important question. Then I'll come to Tetiana. Uh, there is always one statement in everyone's life. You see, majority of people around. I cannot do that. I cannot do that. People just like to be in their comfort zones, behind the walls, behind the shelter, behind their hostages to the comforts, to the fears, and to the insecurities, and they just try to settle. They are just second to best. They don't try to be best. So how we can defeat this feeling, actually, I cannot do it, into I can do it?
What's the question? I cannot do it, and what?
Clarissa, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
I don't.
I was saying that there's a common feeling among us, most of the people, and they say, I cannot do it. How we can deal with this I cannot do it nostalgia, or kind of this school of thoughts, and we can make people, yes, they can do that. How we can actually do that? I mean, yeah.
So I think it's really personal. I don't think there is a magic formula or something, but I think it's about, okay, do I want to be responsible for everything I have and I'm living in my life or not? And then when I think, okay, I cannot do this, I realize, it's a bullshit. It's just an excuse, and I'm really playing the victim of the situation because, why I couldn't? What's missing? What is missing, or what is stopping me? Then it's not that you cannot do it, but it's something else stopping you. And first, like, realize what is stopping you first, then see why and what you can do with it, and then with it do something. I don't think there is it's just understanding that I cannot do it. It's an excuse, and it's easier because, okay, if I say I want to lose weight but I cannot do it because I like too much to eat, for example, it's an excuse. Of course I can, but it's much easier to keep on eating as I do instead of going outside and train and eat healthy. Then it depends. If you want to be accountable for your life, then you should go do it. But I understand it's easier. It's much easier to stay in the comfort zone and not do things. Then with the long term, what this not doing things is not bringing good feelings, at least for me.
I guess this is the same.
To add something in it.
Yes, sure. Ola, can you hear us now? Can you confirm you're listening us?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Ehsan,
you will add later. But first,
I want to add something in it. Like we are talking about I can't do, or I can't do it. I think there are two philosophies or two theories which every mind can think. Like, I cannot do this, so I'm not doing this. Okay, this is the one thing. But the other thing is that I can't do this, but now I can't do this. That's why now I will do it. So these are the two theories or two philosophies or two mindsets which you have to follow. Like, most of the people follow the first one, but the second one is more appropriate and more productive for every kind of working. So I have this point of view about I can't do it. So I think we need to follow the second one, that I can't do it. That's why I will do it. So
that's great.
This is motivating or encouraging.
Sanja.
Yeah, I would say that I think I have two small exercises for this. I can't do it. That instead, whenever you want to do something, and instead of saying I can't do it, you just say I don't want to do it, because it is this is the truth. This is the real truth. You don't want to do it, otherwise you would do it. This is the first exercise, and the other would be like every time you start with the small things. So whenever someone tells you to do something, you say, okay, I can do it. And then you start with the small things to do by doing it until bigger one. This is my my opinion. Yeah.
You mean to say that it should be always starting with small steps, as it is said that when you cannot do great things, do small things in great way, and that's how we move on. Yeah. Okay. Ola, we coming to you. We were talking about a myth. I cannot do it. So how do you say? How do you see it? I cannot do it. You can do it or you cannot do it. Which favor? Which thing you favor? I tell you, as you were saying that you have been a very tough time when you're 15 years old, when your father passed away. May his soul rest in peace. And you have to fear of losing people at the same time, and you have to fight the situation in a very. And this was maybe a situation when you were ready to surrender or ready to give in. But I saw you in event wise. You were very brilliant. You were very courageous enough to talk about your fears and all that. So this cannot. How did you overcome this I cannot thing into I can do that?
Okay, let me tell you, it's I knew that I can. I knew deep inside that I can do, but it's as Sanja said, it's I didn't want to do it. So I changed the I didn't want mentality, mindset to I want to do it, because we all can. There's nothing that we can't do. We all have the power and we all have the courage, and we are stopping ourselves. So it's impossible to say that I can't do this because I'm too coward or I'm too shy for this. No, we all can do this. It's just changing the mindset from don't want to want to. So whenever I decided I want to change this and I want to get out of this, I started working on it.
That's very wonderful. That's very great. Guys, I have a very beautiful comment. Somebody commented, Hafiz Ramzan, Government College, University, Lahore, Pakistan. He's saying, and I will respond this comment as well. First, you have to believe in yourself. No one can force or compel you to do anything. The only thing which can make you strong is to believe in yourself. Write down your insecurities, mark them, get rid of them one by one. In the end, on the page, you shall have the list of your achievements. This comment actually, my dear friends, reminds me success rectangle. There is a success rectangle which is taught at John Maxwell University of Leadership in USA. And they say there are 4 things to be a successful person in life. The first thing is believe in yourself. Because as long as you're not believing in your strengths and your weaknesses, you are not going to do anything in your life. So the first step towards being a successful person is believe in yourself. The second is to believe in your potential. Because the more you believe in yourself, the stronger the potential you have, which actually help us to take strong actions, which is the third part. And when you take strong actions, they always gives you positive and better results. And when you have better results, they always strengthen your belief in itself, in yourself. So that's how it works on. Believe in yourself, nurture your potential, take strong actions, and strong action will lead you towards positive results. And positive results will further strengthen your belief in yourself. So whatever the insecurities we have, whatever the fears we have, whatever the problems we have, we all have. None of the person in this universe is perfect, but as long as we know this art to deal with it, we can always kiss the skies. So with this, I move on to the last question of this session, and then we'll be talking about for 5 to 10 minutes about our project, because our audience are waiting for that. And Rossi is with us, Sanja, Clarissa, Ola, and Ehsan. Rossi is us from Amsterdam, our sunshine, you know. So
Hi, Rossi.
We are sending our heart.
Oh,
So-
sunshine. Hi.
So I will ask from Tetiana. Tetiana, if I ask you, what is your superpower? What is your core strength to fight with all the insecurities of your life? What it is?
If be honest, it's that you told 1 minute ago. I believe in myself. But for me, the first step, this is not believe in myself. I think that the first step for all of people is to be honest with yourself. Because if you're not honest with yourself, you can dream about maybe, for example, a beautiful body, and you want to go to the gym. You want to go 1 hour, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and you don't go there. So be honest with yourself. Maybe you don't want this beautiful body. So to be honest with yourself, for me, it's the first step.
Okay, okay, one. Ehsan, what do you say? What is your superpower if I ask you?
Yes, my superpower is that I'm strong enough to understand what is really value for me. Because my superpower is that I every time I think that I can, and I do. So my superpower is believe in myself.
Believe in myself. That's great. Ehsan.
I have already told you guys that what that is power or that is superpower, that I can hard work. I think so.
Hard
That
work,
is my
hard work is your key, right?
yeah, yes.
Okay, Sanja.
Wait, I wrote it down. Forget.
Put you in a tough situation. Okay, fine. Okay, what is your superpower, Sanja?
Yes, I know. Actually, for me, my superpower is not having expectation, because this is whenever I used to have a lot of expectation. Okay, so you go to a party and then you are hoping that, I don't know, you will meet the love of your life, and then it doesn't happen and you come home disappointed. And somehow I start not having expectation whenever I do something or go somewhere. And magic happened. Really, I started really enjoying living in the moment without any plans. Like, okay, you have a plan what you want to do, and also a bit of well, I have in my mind what is the worst thing that can happen to me. So then I imagine that scene, and then it goes better than I thought. Like, so this is my superpower of living in the moment.
Living in the moment. Clarissa. So we have self-belief, we have hard work, we have living in the moment, and then it's Clarissa.
That's really a good one. I think lately my superpower became really self-love. I didn't have it for all my life, and since really I moved in the Netherlands, and especially lately, I understood that my superpower is really self-love. Whatever I do it for myself first, to make myself happy. Like in every situation, I need to be happy first, because I really realized I'm gonna be the only person I'm gonna be with for the rest of my life. So if I'm not happy, my life doesn't make sense. So I really want to do whatever it comes, even if it's a not really nice thing. Then I want to react in a way that helps me somehow. I want to choose myself first, always. I know maybe it can sound a bit selfish, but I like it, because I wasn't sure. I never loved myself really, and now I really learned how, and I prefer to be selfish instead of being sad because I'm doing stuff for other people instead of myself. So yeah,
okay, fine. Before I come to Ola, I will recall all of them: self-belief, hard work, living in the moment, self-love, and Ola, and then I will talk about myself.
Okay. So I just want to tell you, Clarissa, that it's not selfish at all. It's exact opposite. It's the best thing to love yourself first before doing anything, because you come first always.
Oh, wow. Great.
Okay. So my superpower is I'm an easily adapt person. I mean, like, I can adapt easy with new situations, with new circumstances, with new people, new groups. It's easy for me to fit in and adapt with different things.
That's great. And if I talk about myself, I'm very clear. And because this is the thing which took me along from Pakistan, the only Asian that attended 35th midwives, curiosity for knowing new things, knowing new people, exploring new places, or whatever it is. So when Sanja just shared with me that she called me and she said, Asif, Malik, I have a project in mind and I was thinking to discuss you. So without giving the second thought, I asked Sanja, let's do it. Let's do what comes up. And look, 6 beautiful people are online, and there are so many people watching us so far. and they are spreading positivity. And this is the power of curiosity, that when you are, when naturally you want to explore new things, right? So this is how I empower myself with getting into new stuff. And sometimes there are lessons, and sometimes there are blessings. So that's how I move on. So, well, guys, there's a comment by Hafiz Saab. Sanya might have a lot of superpowers, actually. Somebody is talking to you, Sanya. What do you say
True.
about that?
I'm going blushed. Okay.
Well, guys, this let me recall all the 6 superpowers, because this is the very most important thing that we need to remember for each other. Ehsan went for hard work. Sanya went for living in the moment. Tetiana went for self-belief, and Ola went for adaptability. That's very beautiful. And our Italian girl went for self-love, and
Yes.
Malik went for curiosity. So these 5, 6 different words have actually made our this discussion and this group very fantastic, and I really love that. And I really appreciate, and the people who are listening us, they will be thinking about their superpowers, that what their superpower have and how they can use them for positivity and for being a high achiever person. Our session for the discussion is ended, but now I would request Sanya, the initiator of this project, that she should be inviting and telling briefly about people in Pakistan and all the listening in Serbia and Netherlands and everywhere, what this project is all about, and how do you want to invite people to join us with it. And then Clarissa will also say a few words on that, and then I will close it with my own remarks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now I would, Larissa, remind me that now we have the time of Corona, and it's kind of different time. So what happened to me is I went on one webinar. It was my first webinar online, and we really connected online as a group, and it was really beautiful to see how people, even we are online, we can connect, and it really inspired me, because I didn't believe in this online thing. I was like more in person to person. And it really brought me this idea to connect as much as possible online if we can't do it in person. And the idea, as I told you, I started thinking about making my own project about environment, and the idea came to this, that it stops me, that I can't go online and share my fears. And the idea popped out, and I was like, okay, what stops me? So at this webinar, I post this idea, and people are like idea, and it was like, just for me, it opened my mind, and having in my mind the thought that someone liked my idea really brought me a lot of energy, because some people supported me a lot, and I realized that I really needed support. So I went for it, and I believe that this project is actually about supporting each others in these hard times. Let's use this time of Corona, when we are sitting at home, to think about what we really want to achieve in our life and what is really stopping us, and then we make a first step of publishing it online, and we make a video, or who is really afraid to make a video makes audio with his own photo, and then we support each other by sharing it, and people will attract more people. And maybe, for example, I want to make my own website, but I don't have skills to make a website. But then, for example,
but you have friends.
What?
But you have friends.
I have friends, exactly. And then Clarissa has the skills, and she can help me out. And for me, I had this idea for the project, and Malik was really a person that was like a person for action. Let's do it. And I was like, wait, not now. Malik, you need a structure. And then Clarissa and Ola and Tetiana came in, and Ehsan is, I think he's like a cherry on the cake. And thank you, everything.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know if I was clear enough, but this was the idea behind the project.
That's great. So I just summarize it, that everyone basically in life, to want to achieve something, to do something. This platform and this group and this initiative, this project is basically here to help people who really want to achieve something in life, but they are stuck somewhere and they need support. We all need support in life. Clarissa, if I remember during event wise, this was the core value that we've been taught, that whenever you need help in life, you should never be hesitant to ask for help and support from your friends and from the people in your circles. So we welcome all the people from different backgrounds to join us in this project. I would request Ehsan to engage people with us, Tetiana, Ola, that how we can engage like-minded people into this group, and then we will see how it goes on, because still we are not clear where it is going. But at least just within 1 week, we 6 people are talking about fears and insecurities and positivity and our superpowers, and we are spreading intellect. So, Clarissa, your few words, and then we move on.
When I read the post of Sanja about this project, I really was a period that I was missing something since I left that magical place called Olde Vechte, and that magic vibes of support and helping and seeing. And once I read it and I started to talk with you guys and to discuss about it, I realized, wow, like how powerful it can be to be supporting what you want to do. And then I actually found myself doing what I want to do, and it was like, what is happening? And then I also posted my video on Facebook where I just said, okay, what I want to do is this, and what is stopping me is this. And I shared it in front of a lot of people. I was really scared, and I thought, oh my God, they're gonna think I'm crazy. Like, what the fuck am I doing? But then I received so much support and so much power, and I felt so good that I really think is worth it for people. Like, if you have something you want to achieve and something is stopping you and you don't feel supported, perfect. That's the place where you're gonna feel supported and you can actually get support. Because I want to create my own youth exchange, for example. I have no clue how and about what, but a lot of people did it before me, so those people can help me and support me in this, as I can help and support someone else in doing something else. And it's like a system, like a machine. We help each other, and that's great. I felt so good when I received all of that support with that video, and I want other people to feel good and supported as I did. So I think
that's great. Ehsan, your words on that, the project Sanja and Clarissa just shared with us. What do you say about that? Being a teacher and you,
I want to say that let's empower each other and let's give energy to each other. As a teacher, I feel myself that I am leading all of my students and all of the learners, not as a teacher, like as a leader, as a team master. So I feel that we need to make themselves a leader, not the followers. So that we 6 people, if we lead the 60 people, 60 or 600 people, so they become 60 leaders, not the 60 followers. So in that way, we can generate a bigger circle of ourselves to motivate ourselves, to encourage other people as well, and to create a great society around ourselves. So that you was talking about the like-minded people. I think that if we work in this way to make other people to lead the next ones, so we don't need to search the like-minded people. Everybody become like-minded. So in this way, we feel much better and we work much better. This is my point of view about it.
That's wonderful. The girl from the land of Petra.
Me.
Hola.
Okay. I want to say, at the first moment I saw the post, just like Clarissa, I felt like, oh yes, I want to be part of this. For 2 reasons. The first reason is I am now having fears that I want to overcome and I need support. And the second thing is I want to inspire other people who to find their fears and know what they're really feeling inside and what they have inside, so they can overcome their fears. So basically, this is it. And again, I'm so happy to be part of this. And I want to thank everyone who's watching us for being part of this, our first live discussion.
That's
So
great.
thank you. And thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you all of for joining us. Although you made all of us very scared with your text message in the group that you are very busy and all that, so we didn't want to lose you actually. But thanks that you are here with us. And
Yeah, I think if I just may, I think I had some. I was a little bit scared. It's like, oh no, I don't want to go in front of everyone and talk. But then,
but now you are not, right? But
yeah,
now
thank you guys. It's because of you. Thank you so much.
this is very wonderful. There is one comment for Clarissa by Usman Janjua. I know Pakistani guys are commenting a lot on your what you're saying, guys. They think that will not think of a moment self-loving is narcissism. So are you a narcissist, Clarissa?
I'm reading it. Wait. Yeah, that's the point. What I was saying before. I get narcissist bit. But it's not about narcissist. I mean, when I say that I love myself, I don't mean in a way like I see everybody as they're nothing and I'm the only one, of course. But it's more about, okay, what I do it because I want to make myself happy, not because I want to put someone else down, but I want to think about myself first.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I guess this is okay.
How I understand is that Clarissa wants to say that she's not able to help others if she doesn't help first herself. So it's very important that you are good with yourself and then to help others. Because also if I am sad and Malik comes and says, "Oh, I need your help," I mean, I will help him, but somehow I need to put myself.
You know, Sanja, I quickly we are like already we are just signing off in 2-3 minutes. I very well remember that this was the last day of Event Wise, and I was about to leave for Den Haag. I was having train in the morning. So Clarissa was the only Event Wise co-trainer that she came to me and said, "Malik, get up." I said, "Okay, fine." She said that I want to hug you. I go, "Oh my God." And I remember this was, you remember that, right? This was,
yeah, of course.
Yeah, this was very fantastic, guys. It was something very, very brilliant. Today we took the first step to come out of our comfort zones and share with people. Almost so far, 2,500 people have watched our videos collectively, right?
How many?
What?
2,500 people have so far watched our video live session worldwide.
Wow.
Yeah. We haven't expected that.
Yes, this is the power of ideas.
25000.
Yeah. I am just getting statistics from my team at the same time. So they are sending me on WhatsApp. So I'm reading it all out. So this is something very exciting. So what my belief is that with the power of words, you can change the world. And as Sanja was saying that when you cannot do great things, do small things in a great way. This was a very small thing, but we did fantastically in a great way. And I am so much blessed to have such wonderful people, those whom I call like-minded all in my inner circle, because I want to have friends who talk about future, who talk about ideas, who talk about growth, progress, success, and empowerment. No more toxicity, no more negativity in life, always empowerment and trying to create value for each other. So guys, I'll end up this session and we will invite all of my friends listening to us. Thank you very much for all the comments and watching our show. And we all invite you to join our group, move yourself from point zero, and let's see how we can help each other to make our lives better. Before we're signing off, I would like to share one very beautiful thing about a book. Just a couple of years back, John Maxwell, the leadership guru in USA, launched his book, The Greatest Short Story Ever Written. And you know what? There was a huge queue in New York in front of the bookstores, a kind of or a place where the book was launched, and people were paying $12 to buy the book. But there was a condition that when you buy the book, you don't take back the same way. You have to go out from the other side of the building. So when one of my friend, very close friend, who is actually what you call it, the graduate of John Maxwell Academy of Leadership in USA, he bought the book, he crossed the bar, and he go into the next hall, and he opened the book. All book was empty. There was one line written on the first page of book, and this line was, "Whatever you have read so far is other people's stories. This is the time, this is the moment to write your own story. And when you write your own story, why should not be a masterpiece? Why it should not be a best seller?" So, my dear friends, this small session is just a small ignition or a small step towards making our lives significant and writing our own stories, being the CEO of our own lives. We have insecurities, we have fears, we have deficiencies, but fine enough. But one thing that we have common in that we are ready to improve ourselves. We will defeat our fears, we will embrace them, and we will keep on adding value to our lives and lives of the people around us whom we owe a lot. So thank you very much. Hugs and kisses from Pakistan to Netherlands, to Belgium, Serbia, to Jordan, to Ukraine. Tetiana just left us, and then we move on with our next step, what we are going to do that. So thank you very much, Sanja, once again for coming up with this wonderful idea. Clarissa, for your always wonderful spirit in the show. Ola, thank you very much for breaking your comfort zone and coming with us. Ehsan, thank you very much once again for joining and adding the wisdom into our show. And hope so that we are going to make a fantastic combination of wonderful people, those who are going to take action, writing their own stories.
Bye.
I want to
Thank
say
you.
one thing. I want to say one thing, everybody.
Yes.
I want to say one thing.
Yes.
There might be possible in future we can't talk each other, or we can't be able to even text each other. But please, I request that please stay in contact, in energy, in vibes, in in thoughts. So it's important to remind and remember everybody to make. I will remind you, everybody.
I recommend you to follow Clarissa if you want your Instagram bumps with post every minute, right? I want you to follow
Okay,
Sanja
I
on
will.
Facebook. I want you to follow Sanja on Facebook because she's a very wonderful person for talking about environment. And Ola is kind of she's a very private person, but hope so that she will be coming I will add you in the group.
I'm not,
So,
I'm not active on social media.
I will.
But
If
this is
I can
but
follow you, and if you write your profile name in the text box.
We stay connected, inshallah. Okay, guys, thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm active on Instagram, so I will share my name as well.
Sure. Okay, Stephen is saying us hi from Romania. Naila is with us from Lebanon, Beirut, and Rossi is also saying goodbye. So everyone is saying goodbye.
Ciao.
Ciao. So best wishes, guys, and stay safe. And see you very soon.
Bye.
Okay, thank you so much.
Bye.
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 Bye.